So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
Here we go.
Throwing, Hundley. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now Hundley. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across. The 45. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. First carry for their fullback. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case, they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
fake here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. From the 50, Newton. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Pryor has it complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They snap it to Newton. And he finds a man with a crossing route. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Again, it's high. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And down to the 36-yard line here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Here's a give to the fullback. That's Johnson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a 1st down. A little bit of gray area there, though. But I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. They'll start the drive with Jamaal Charles. And an alley to run. Cuts it out to the sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a break.